Hello, my name is Cross the Swirl, and today we're going to be talking about bases. Now, there are a few videos out there about bases, but I'm only doing this because it's easiest and it'll help me figure out this whole YouTube business. Anyway, bases. I used them back then in the day, when I used MS Paint, and I still use one of them once in a while for nostalgic tastes. Now, bases are not a bad thing. If you're new to drawing, it's a good way to help you out. I know I've learned where the collarbone goes and a little bit about hands and about faces with bases, but bases can also hold you back. You have to, at some point, break away from using a base if you want to try out something new or discover your own art style. I know that can be very hard to do because bases are, easy. You already have the pose done, you have the anatomy done, you're done. Now, while you're using bases, you should take time to actually use the base though, because I see a lot of recolors and just slaps of hair. I don't see the base actually being used for what it's created for. Now, I don't do this. I don't usually trace the entire base and just kind of go off with it. I trace parts of it that I'm not confident with, like the hands and face shape, but sometimes I will change the arm position. I'll just crop the arm and I'll move it. And I encourage that for other people. Maybe they should erase the eyes and try out their own art style, or do the cropping thing. Now, I also see a lot of people get complaints about hair. It's usually spiky or non-existent. Don't be afraid to use hair references. Now, don't trace hairstyles, don't do that, just reference them. Look up pictures, see if you can try to get the shape down. I know when I drew Handsome Jack's hair, it took me a very long time to get the shape down, but I used a shitload of references. Oh, and same with clothes as well. Don't trace clothes, but again, research them, Google image search all over the place, and try to figure out what you want. Now, out there are some really good bases. They have correct anatomy, they sometimes have clothing, they have amazing action sequences, even sometimes base comics. Those I use all the time, and they're really well done. But it can sometimes be stolen artwork as well, so make sure you research what you're taking. And always credit the person, always. But then there are bases that are like potato bodies. I call them blob bases, where it looks like they just lightly traced and tried to figure out where the body was. Those are a little harder to really use, because you're stuck with this, I have a blob body. I wonder where my chest goes, where does the clothing fit? It's kind of hard to tell what's going on. And there's a lot of those out there. I'm not shitting on them, I'm just thinking maybe, they should try a little harder, maybe add more anatomy, or even a definition line, a center line that figures out where, parts of the body are supposed to be. But no, it's just a blob body. I don't really recommend those, only because they're just not there enough. It's too simple, it's not there to learn anything from. And I'm not going to bring up pony bases only because I've only seen two styles of them. Either they are the My Little Pony style, which is very simple, very easy to use, and there's a bunch of poses out there, or someone else took their own art style and turned it into a base, which is fine too. But pony bases are easy, just kind of put whatever you want on there. I know I used one recently and it was actually kind of fun. Now, don't be ashamed of using a base, only because it's what you do, it's what you want to do. If faces make it easier for you to draw or make you more confident, then go ahead. And it's the internet. No one can really tell you, hey, don't do that. It's the internet. Take everything with a grain of salt and also ignore people. I know I have ignored a lot of people who say, using a base is cheating. It's not cheating if you're first starting out. And it's still not cheating even if you're not starting out and you're still using them. You're just using them for their purpose, which is a base. And I guess I have one more thing to say, that bases, even though they do have a bad rap of getting, well, not getting, being stolen art, or someone traces a really nice picture and turns it into a base. I know that can happen. Just, again, research, make sure that you're not stealing someone else's artwork. Because then it's like, oh, you're gonna get into some trouble at that point. And if you want to trace someone's artwork and you can't find the appropriate base, don't be afraid to ask. It's not gonna hurt to ask. It won't make them think that you're a bad person because of it. Go up to them and say, hey, I really like this artwork. Can I kind of trace over it or use it as a reference? And if they say yes, cool, that's awesome. If they say no, then respect that and move on to another picture that you kind of want to do. I know someone on the internet who I will not name allows their artwork to be traced and referenced. It's very awesome because their pose work is very well done. And I'm still not afraid to ask them. Just in case they don't want it to happen, I still ask them anyway. So ask questions, research, take references, just all that stuff. And you'll get up there someday. You'll break free of the base usage or not. It really depends on what you want. And I think that's really about it. What do you think about bases? Do you use bases? How many bases do you use? Do you use bases from DeviantArt or Tumblr or Google Images? I mostly use them from DeviantArt and Google Images, I do know that. But anyway, comment below what you think about bases and all that jazz. I am Cross the Swirl. I do not know what I'm doing.